You know what? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome to the Mental House with your host Khadijah. Um, I want to say something that's very serious to me, which is really, really sick for us, especially progressive or people that are independent and free thinkers. It's really getting serious out here as far as how we are being perceived as black people, as sheeple, when we can't even question or say anything about somebody that is supposedly in a position of leadership or whatever without the people going crazy, getting upset, and actually trying to be diabolical towards the person, threatening to take their lives, or and the person or the people, even the characters themselves, start believing their own hype and start addressing you like cunts and bitches and whores. And these are people that you put in leadership in your mind to speak and represent black issues and causes. Now, as far as I'm concerned, no matter how charismatic you are, if you really show me that you are really a hypocrite, and it depends on, because I'm from the old school Nation of Islam. Okay, I'm from that old school. Once you show me you a straight hypocrite, uh, I gotta deal with you a whole different way. Okay, because you a straight hypocrite. It's one thing to make a mistake. It's one thing to be honest about your shit and you just get caught. But when you start having that hypocritical type of nature, then that goes a little bit more deeper because it shows a little bit more about your character. And one thing about black people, we so fucking stupid that um, we're at the point now. It's that we don't anything flies with us. That's why I suggest that everybody lead themselves. Find the leadership within your own self. If you need little help here and there because you need some holes filled in, some blanks, um, filled in, and some I's dotted, T's crossed. Look to all of the beautiful ancestors that was placed before us to teach us something. Don't get stuck on personality worship. And I'm really getting concerned about that. And the reason why I say that is because, when I'm one of the very few people again that saw Jim Jones live before he did that decimation over there in Guyana, South Africa. I saw him. Okay. I also know that I was tuned enough and astute enough, and that I said to my brother, or my brother mentioned to me, we both said to each other, something was kind of weird about that guy, wasn't it? And it's only because of one thing he said. He had the most deepest speech that I possibly heard. Matter of fact, I think he even outspoke Farrakhan. But what he did, because I've been taught to be objective to some degree, and I'm extremely sensitive. When he said, "My whole congregation will be there, we'll be there," and somehow when he said that, it was like, wow, you didn't even ask the members. You said all of my members will be there, as if you know everything about them. And he didn't say it in a way that it was just a slip of a tongue. And when I felt that way, so did my brother. So I said, hey, you know what? We on to something here. He's a good speaker, though. I tell you that. I believe it was 3 to 4 years later is when we found out that he made all those people drink that Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. The Reverend Jim Jones. And there's some leadership out here that show me some of them same characteristics. And it concerns me. And what concerns me is about how the person treats people when they call them on this stuff. It's a very good sign. You have to understand narcissism and personality disorders just like the doctor himself. in order for you to understand a brother like that or a man like that, period. And I suggest, with all due respect to everybody under the sound of my voice, before you start looking outside of yourself for leadership, look inside. Because the best leader for you is you. If if there's some things that you don't know and you need some I's dotted and some T's crossed, those guides are out there as well. You don't need a Bible or a Quran strapped to you, really, to do the right thing and to know when you're doing something that's not right. So, with that being said, I'm not going to take up too much time. I want y'all to know that, some of these people in leadership don't need to be. And I don't know what their motives is, but when I hear a bunch of arrogance, it takes me to a place that was not pretty for me in my life, and not for 10,000 other people. So when I see those kind of leaders out there stepping out in the forefront, and how they handle people that disagree with them, that's the good gauge to me of what I'm dealing with. So with that being said, you have a wonderful day. I love you with the light and love in me. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.